So that last video ended, but I was saying just talking about how I wasn't trying to be the villain between my kids' dads or whatever. But that is, I didn't know when I was younger, and I didn't realize that that's what you sign up for when you have multiple fathers of the children. You know, it's some type of opposition somewhere. Somebody feels some kind of jealousy or feels some type of way. I remember my boys' dad saying he shouldn't have no say so about my household, but I felt the type of way when he said that because I'm like, you don't have no say so because you're not stepping up to the plate. You're not taking that responsibility like I know and believe you should. Now, I read an email yesterday where he was like, y'all and y'all ideas of men and what men's supposed to do and this and the third. And he was like, yeah, especially you. Well, you know. I am an individual, and I must just say I can run off with the imagination sometimes, especially because of some of the some TV I watched and just been programmed or whatever. But I still got a sense of reality of like real expectations as far as what a relationship's supposed to be. And I knew I wasn't supposed to be getting verbally abused, physically abused, sexually assaulted, none of that stuff. Um, but just some, like I said, some of that stuff I just endured. Been the victim of course, molestation and all that since young. And so I'm not saying that I thought it was normal or okay. I'm just saying that I just tried to endure, and it's what I felt like I could deal with. Like some stuff I wouldn't deal with from a male. Like you spewing your mama's insults and feelings at me. I don't deal with that. I don't deal with that well at all. Or any of your relatives, like you coming back telling me something that they said and they feel about me. How do you? All I want to know is like, how do you feel about me? If you agree with how they feel, okay, but did it originate from you or did they plant that seed? Because I wasn't bound to his relatives. Like I wasn't gonna just do whatever they wanted me to do. I did some things that I felt like I should do or was able to do. I wasn't doing all that because no. I ain't asking you and expecting you to jump through no hoops for my people or whatever. And I just branched off and wasn't really, I was already distant from my people anyway because I had moved out at 19 and just never went back except to visit. Of course, I was visiting more, of course, before I had the relationship with him. A whole lot more. I was probably going over there at least 2 or 3 times a week if I, what I'm saying, if I could. And of course, when my daughter came, they wanted to see the grandchild and stuff like that. But I mean, I just look back. I'm thankful that I made it through, but I'm still recovering and recuperating from that madness. And like, that's one thing. That's the only thing regarding my daughter that I'm like, I don't like what her dad is doing and how he's doing it and stuff. But anyway, she told me to put my ID on the porch. No, girl, I'm gonna bring it out. This chick right here doing a little too much extra stuff. No, girl, I know I order alcohol and stuff like that. So, what makes you think that I'm not gonna? No, who's gonna leave their ID on the damn porch? So, so yeah. Uh, see, she doing too much, just trying to distract me. I don't even know what I was just now saying and speaking on. Y'all hear the birds and nature and all that. That's why I just like sitting outside, chilling out or whatever. I'm getting ready to tell my sons that for one day, lunch break is pretty much over. And for two, they get ready to help me get these groceries in and put together. That's part of homeschooling. Shoot, they be learning this is home economics. And so, or life skills, whichever one you want to consider. But yeah, Ugh, the bird trying to get me to shut up. I'm trying to see what the heck I was talking about. She tried to like distract me. So yeah, uh, yeah. So I'm still recovering and recuperating, and that's why that's the one area that I'm like, I'm glad my daughter is not here because it was some stuff that I would allow her to do, and I wouldn't think twice about it. I wouldn't be thinking, oh, it's gonna turn into anything inappropriate or anything. But like, there's some little boys in the neighborhood, and they came up professing their quote unquote undying love. They're brothers or whatever. They both probably like her, but one brother spoke up for the other one. But and I probably would have let her hang with him, or it would have been the other extreme. I might have would have went off on them, and they would have wanted to go tell their mama and stuff. Cause I wouldn't care. Cause for one, these little boys know I don't even want y'all around here in the first place. Cause y'all do too much. I don't care if it was 2 years ago. I recall what y'all did. Granted, forgiveness is there, but you still need to stay where you at. And when I said that or whatever, when I addressed her and stuff, it was said that their mama had a problem with me addressing them about their kids. Girl, bye. You know me, I just be like, girl, you need to dive out for a cliff. You need to dive out of damn, you need to dive. Like, I just seen a video of people diving from outer space. You need to dive from outer space back into this Earth atmosphere without a parachute. No, stop. See, but I be trying not to be mean or whatever and ugly, but, yeah, so it would be stuff that I would allow her to do. Like, I was allowing her to talk to boys on the phone, keep it respectful. I expected her to keep it respectful. I was monitoring, I was looking like, what you in there talking about or whatever. And and so yeah, but what was I gonna say? That's the main reason why I'm just like, I don't want to make that mistake of allowing her to do certain stuff. Now, mind you, I don't want the mistake to be made on her daddy's part either. Like, I still don't want her. He was letting her go to the mall and she linked up with this dude or whatever, and I seen them taking pictures and hugged up together. Now, that's not. I, I wasn't gonna do that. I wasn't gonna let my at the time she was 12, 13-year-old daughter be hugged up with nobody at the mall. Y'all can go to the mall and I'm gonna be there. I'll walk a couple steps behind y'all. But he dropped my daughter off and just, you know, and I'm just sitting here like, boy, you wild. That pissed me off. But so from that point on, I just really tried not to peer over into her life and see what was going on, because if I did, everything was gonna distract me, and I'd be calling and trying to cuss her out every day, and him, and trying to find him or whatever. And I was like, I don't care for him like that, so I'm not gonna invest my energy in that. I do care for my daughter, so what I can do is pray for her, and I can stay in prayer, period. And especially as God lead me. But God has given me so much peace about this whole situation. I think the main times when I don't have peace is when something else comes, when somebody else brings it to my attention. Like, my neighbor tried to speak about my daughter, and then when the school and stuff sent the letter out about her not being up to par as far and in compliance with her immunizations and stuff, and that she was gonna get suspended from school. And it's like, oh well, it is what it is. They sent the letter here. Why y'all ain't send it to some other address? Why is my address on file? I'm still on that, but anyway. So that's really the main things or whatever. And of course, when my sons mention their sister, can I call her? Can I reach out to her? I tried to call her and stuff like that. So but the fact that my child she's similar to me. I got out the house. I got out of my mama's and my stepdad house, but I was 19 years old, and I didn't look back. I didn't try to come back. But that's my thing with her. Yeah, I do want my kids to need me in a healthy way, because you're still underage. I didn't think you get to 13 and that's that, but it's like it's a smoke screen, because she's not able to make it without an adult. And the adults that she's around is only adults by age. They're not adults by mentality. They do some adult stuff or whatever, but they're not adults by their mentality. And again, I'm the one that carried this child, so, and was watching over her while her dad was locked up in this and the third. And so for her dad, he don't be with her by himself. He either leave her on his mom, or he either have some type of female doing it. Honey, when my boy's dad was here, I could never, he wouldn't let me leave my daughter on him. He only took my daughter somewhere one time, one or two times. That was at one time, really, and that was when we was towards the end of whatever we had going on. And I never, he never watched her. I was just that mom anyway. I was home anyway, but I never was that mom to say, hey, and he didn't make me feel comfortable enough to leave her with him like that. Not saying that he made me feel uncomfortable. He just didn't make me feel comfortable enough. And then he didn't sit still long enough. He didn't even let me leave our own children, our boys on him. And so I was just like, so so even these females who, to me, you disrespect me by engaging with my child, and I haven't met y'all, like, what, even with, yeah, you let the dude handle the situation and stuff like that, but with, see, I didn't disrespect my boy's dad and just do whatever regarding his daughter's mom. He did introduce me to her, which I think is the proper thing to do. And so when I got introduced, I just kind of still initiated something with her to let her know you can communicate with me freely regarding your daughter and stuff like that, because I just wanted to have a comfortable situation. And that's why I just can't understand for the life of me why I gotta go through. If we reap what we sow, which I do believe, I feel like I reap more of the negative end. But why didn't I get that same opportunity and chance, especially with my daughter? She's the girl, but even with my boys, with my boys, they're here with me. But the girl who reached out or whatever, she was on some shady, shysty type stuff, underhanded. She was trying to seem like she was nice, and then she just wanted my approval and stuff. I'm like, girl, I don't know you. I don't know you to give you my approval. And then what I do know about you and what you do and what you have shown me, you do not get my approval, period. So I guess you take the man and all his BS, but I don't want my kids over there. And again, with that, I can say, he didn't really give me the opportunity. He just left the kids with me. But he told her something along the lines of she probably not gonna let him come over here again. Cause when he just snuck to take him over there, cause he said a friend or whatever. And that could have been a male or a female, but I wasn't pressed or worried. But yeah, it was definitely how he did it. But with my daughter, I haven't been given that same opportunity, that respect. And I feel like for my daughter's dad, he should respect me on that, because I tried to respect him in the beginning. Later on, I didn't care because he just wasn't taking the responsibility. But I'm if we had to say, I'm the more responsible parent when it comes to stuff like that, as far as the protection, he probably is the more responsible parent when it comes to actual paying attention to details of what the child needs and stuff. But I'm the overall protector, and then some of that includes what the child needs or whatever. Let me see how far this lady is before she get on my damn nerves. Seriously, because I'm not in the mood, honey, for nobody's damn shenanigans. Period. And so yeah, that's that. This is the second part to that video. Just trying to go over what I learned, and I learned, yeah, honey, as tough it is for me, it seemed like it's easy for other people just to go out here and open their legs and sleep with different people, multiple people, and not be affected. But honey, I was affected by the ones that I slept with, engaged with, or whatever. And it is what it is. Like, just being honest, being real. Trying to see what is going on. So you really went over my stuff, girl. I don't know what she did, but I just think I'd be in the midst, because I don't know, I feel like everybody got different personalities, so I don't know how she gonna be. I'm just trying to get my groceries, let you, see my ID, and let's keep it moving. I'm not trying to have no problems. That's my thing. I try to be the peacekeeper and at times peacemaker. I don't be wanting no problems, and I don't want to try to bring nobody no problems. And sometimes, in order for me to do that, I have to stay to myself, and it is sometimes it's tough because you just want to interact with people. But I barely and rarely want to interact with people because of how I've been treated by people since I was born, and that now includes relatives and stuff that I didn't know was subtle type of abuse, neglect, and stuff like that. But oh, excuse me. So yeah, they bringing up this fight between Remy Ma and some girl or whatever, and they were saying it was 13 years ago. The girl claimed she beat up Remy Ma, and this, that, and the third. And that's like a bully type mentality. If you did, okay, and for whatever it was, they was probably grown. But I have somebody that tried to do that with me, and we was young, like kids not even supposed to be fighting like that. And it seemed like you trying to, uh, what they be saying, little girl me. I just kept going around telling people, yeah, I did this to her. I mean, I don't know why people felt like so they feel so victorious when they do something to me. Like, what is it? I mean, that got to mean you see the power that I operate in before I even seen it and knew or whatever. But yeah, it's like, what? But that's why I don't understand. Like, this been trying to chase me since childhood, maybe since the beginning. Shoot, I had a cousin that even told me I pinched you when you was a baby. I'm like, what? Why? I just didn't conceive in my mind to go be pinching people, kids, and fighting people in the second and third grade. I did come up with self defense because I was around my grandma who got beat on, and I knew she defended herself and stuff like that, and I knew she fought and stuff, and I seen her, and she was bruised up and stuff, but I didn't think to do mean stuff to people. So I don't know, man. It's just crazy, and I don't know if those mean things had truly happened to them. I know the girl, she got like 3 brothers or something like that, so they might have been fighting on her and bothering her and being rough with her. But yeah, it just was crazy. So I think that's about it for right now. What Forrest Gump say? I think I'm tired now. I'll go home. But yeah, hmm, you hear that little ding in the background? That's my camera notifications. Like, that's at my side door. Notifies me when the motion detection and stuff is going off. So yeah, that's about it for right now. I'll come back later.